you know that what we specialize in at Smart Marketer is business education. If you have a brand, we can help you grow it. But you know what we don't do is show you how to build a brand. That's just not our specialty. It's not what we're good at. We don't have anything that we can offer you in relationship to that. And I get so many requests, like literally daily, dozens of people asking, how do I get started? How do I start a new brand? Maybe I've got a brand that's successful. I want to know how to pick a product. I want to know how to launch a new business on Shopify. Like, I want to know what are the best practices for getting started today. So what I did is I went out and I looked around at who was the best right now at teaching folks how to start fresh, how to build a new brand from scratch. And I met this guy, Adrian Morrison, good looking guy, right? Elvis looking dude that you see on the camera right now. And we kind of became buddies, and I started talking to him a little bit about what he was up to. And I thought, man, I really have got to, he was sharing some of his ideas with me. And I thought, I got to share this with my community because it's really good stuff. And so Adrian's been nice enough to come out here and spend a couple hours with us talking about what he does. And he's also got a training course that he'll be talking about at the end of the presentation. But even if you decide not to engage with his training course, which is totally cool, you're going to get value out of this presentation because he's the best teacher in the game right now for how to get started. So Adrian, I'm super happy that you agreed to do this. I've been looking to do more of this kind of thing where I do these presentations to my community about different opportunities and ways that folks can get started, because we don't have anything in that category. It's not what we do. And so I appreciate you coming out. And basically what I'm going to do is hand this over to you. I'm going to stick around. I will be here the whole time. I'm going to put my video off and I'm going to let you rock and roll. And then I'm just going to, at the end, say thanks, because I think this is really about you and what you have to offer. So is there anything that you kind of need from me before you just take it, or are you ready to rock?
All is good, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm stoked. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you very much. And I'm going to let you take it away.
Awesome. All right, well, let's do it. So welcome, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. And once again, thank you to Ezra for having me on. Just going to turn my volume off over there so we don't have an echo. Look, I've got a really great training ready for you tonight. And this is something that is going to help many of you get started. And it's also going to help many of you that may be struggling right now take your business to the next level. So the strategy that I'm going to reveal really did supercharge my e-commerce business. Now, it's important for you to understand, I've been doing marketing for a long time. I mean, I've been on Facebook since the very first Facebook ad was available. Those little bitty right column ads, now they're much bigger. And I've kind of grown from digital marketing to e-commerce just a little bit over a year ago. So I found this strategy to get started without having the private label and have inventory and all that stuff, which typically is what scares most people from getting started or holds them back a little bit. So I just want to make sure I sound clear to everybody. Can everybody just put a 2 in the chat box if I sound clear? You could see me, you could see my screen. I just want to triple check before we dive in. Okay, cool. I've got lots and lots of 2s. Look, I'm going to be giving away $500 cash money on this webinar. There is no such thing as a webinar that I'm on where money is not given away. So we're going to give away $500 at the very end of the webinar to a completely random winner. And I just want to go ahead and give you a hint, a little tip on how to win. And that is just engage with me in the chat box. So the more you engage with me, the better your odds are of actually winning $500. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to increase the size of this presentation. And I built this entire program probably early 2016 called Ecom Success Academy. And it's what really helped a lot of my students take their businesses and get them started or take them to the next level. We have millions and millions of dollars in earnings reports. I've actually authored a couple of books that were published on television for a couple of years. So I've been around for quite some time, but not necessarily in the e-commerce sphere. But what you're looking at now is a conversation between me and one of my Facebook reps. Now, I live in Mississippi, okay? So I live in the middle of nowhere, and my reps and we chat a lot on Facebook, and they're actually going to fly down to Mississippi in a couple of weeks probably to chat with me about growing my business more. And anyways, what you're looking at here is a conversation where one of my reps said, "Holy moly, Adrian, these are crushing it." And then I sat down there, "Did you see the video ad that I'm pushing them to?" So one of the new things that I'm doing in 2017 is a type of video ad that most people aren't using. Now, people know that it's there, but most people aren't using it. So that's something we're going to talk about. But for 2017, these are the types of things that I'm doing, and these are the types of things that we're going to discuss live here on this webinar. So I'm going to talk about art licensing. So getting access to famous artists' artwork so you can put them on print on demand, t-shirts, mugs, pillows, shoes, just all sorts of different products. It's pretty insane. And we're going to talk about my GIF ad strategy, my video ad strategy, and the way that I do my Facebook targeting, because what I do is I take complicated stuff and I simplify it. And it might just be because I'm lazy, or it might just be because I'm smart. I'm not sure just yet, but whatever I'm doing, it seems to work for me and so many other people. So I just want to take a quick poll. How many of you in here right now are currently earning more than, let's just say, $10,000 a month in net profit right now online with e-commerce? Just say me in the chat box if you're currently doing more than 10K a month. Okay, then if you're not making anything at all, like you're struggling right now, I just want you to type in a 5 into the chat box. So type a 5 in if you're struggling and you just want to get started, because that's what Ezra was just talking about. Okay, phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to be able to help a lot of y'all in here. So let's move along. This is a picture of me. A great moment in my career when I got invited up to Facebook and I signed the famous Facebook wall. So for me, since the beginning of Facebook ads, I've always wanted to go up there and do this. So it's just a picture of me signing the Facebook wall. But more importantly, I want you to know I have a really solid relationship with Big Blue. And what I'm going to teach you today is not black hat. It's not in the gray area. It's how I've built a legit, long-term, profitable business that in 10 months got a $3 million valuation, which I think is pretty impressive for a little drop shipping business with Shopify. So anyways, that's a picture of me with signing the Facebook wall. Now let's talk about money. I'm not one to go out and tout about all of the money that I earn, because look, there's always somebody bigger and better. As a matter of fact, I was live streaming on Black Friday, I think it was Black Friday, how much money I was doing on my store with my method. And I mean, I was crushing it. I was doing really, really well. And then I saw Ezra's live stream and I was like, dang, I gotta step up. But you know, there's always somebody bigger and better, right? But the idea is for you just to start learning how to make more money right now. It's not about millions. It's about earning more money than you're making right now. And I believe that if you're truly going to learn how to be successful, then it is key and it is imperative that you learn from somebody who is actually earning money right now if they're going to teach you, right? You've got to practice what you teach, and that's what Ezra does. So this is just a quarterly report for a full year of 2016 on one of my Shopify stores. I have a couple, but this by far is the biggest one. So in Q1, we did 728 grand. And then Q2, we did $483,000. And then in Q3, we did 492,000. And then in Q4, we did 1.1 million. And Shopify Plus gives you, these little earnings reports or these quarterly reports. Now, what's interesting is what I'm selling, how I'm making all this money with little, I guess I got some here. I call them trophies, actually. It's really, really neat. So let me just pull a couple of them out. I'm going to put them up on the webcam. So I'm selling trinkets, okay? I'm not doing private label. I have no inventory. I don't have a warehouse or anything like that. I'm literally drop shipping little trinkets like this that cost me 80 cents, yet I'm able to generate millions of dollars with these little items. Now, how many of you in here would be happy if your earnings reports or quarterly reports were a fraction of what I'm doing right now? You had zero inventory, but you were able to start generating income and build a massive email list for your brand, for your business, selling little dropship items like this. Just type in a 1. All right, so I love to make y'all type stuff in. It's really fun. And for me, this was just an amazing journey that I'm about to share with you. So getting started here, that's my Facebook dashboard. So you can kind of see, this is a lot of people that watch this presentation have never done Shopify before. So there may be 2 or 3 slides in here that you don't really need to see. I'll pass through those very quickly. But first for me, it's all about control. I'm going to give you a couple little case studies here. I started out with affiliate marketing, and I was doing all sorts of digital products with these affiliate networks all across the world. And this is one of my first big ads right here. So I wrote these little Facebook ads before the news feed and all that stuff was around. or a diabetic toolkit. And when people clicked on it, if they put in their zip code, then I would make, what is it, $12 per sign up. So I make 12 bucks every time somebody signed up for that. And I got about 17,000 signups a month. So I was doing around $200,000 a month in income. Now that's commissions. There is literally no cost there in product, okay? $200,000 a month in commissions. And I mean, life was really good. But I made a couple of mistakes, okay? So mistake number one is I wasn't building an email list. I didn't have any of my customer data. The affiliate networks would not give it to me. Number two is I was building up somebody else's brand. I was not building up my own. And of course, three is I had zero control. So here's all the way back in 2011 where I earned $210,000 in a single month. Then the next month I did like 181 grand. At this time I think I was like 25 years old or something, and I thought I was a rock star. I had no clue that the money could ever go away. But one day I woke up and my affiliate manager, his name is Ian, he called me and he said, "Hey Adrian, dude, we love you. You're amazing. You made us a lot of money over the past year and you're crushing it right now, but we're going to shut this offer down and no longer are you going to be able to run these ads because we're going in a different direction. So the offer is closed." So I went to bed with an automated 200K a month coming in, and I woke up back at zero. And it sucks to build a business and rely on income and then have the, all of it just taken away from you with a phone call. So what I did, I made a pivot and I started selling t-shirts on Teespring, okay? And companies like Teespring like represent. And I would make little Facebook ads. I would send them to the sales pages for the t-shirts. And I made $15 per shirt. And I sold over $1 million worth of shirts. But I made the same mistakes twice. So I got zero customer information because those companies would not give you the email list. And man, the email list is worth millions of dollars. And I had no control over anything. It was building up their brand, not mine. So zero control over profit, zero control over sales pages. I was literally just building somebody else's business. But I was able to sell a lot of t-shirts. So these are my commissions, my take of the shirts, 141K, 78K, 47K. Life was good. But one day, my affiliate rep called me, his name was Kenny, and he said, "Adrian, look, dude, you're great. We love you. You've helped us, make a lot of money, but things have changed. And now you're not going to make $15 a shirt anymore because we're using different materials or whatever it may be." And what happened to my business was this. I went from crushing it again all the way to crashing and burning because somebody else called me and I answered the phone. You know how scared I was to answer the phone after this happened for the second time? It sucked. And it really stinks to build up a massive amount of income and then have somebody else take it from you. How many of you in here would like to have complete and total control over your financial destiny? Just say yes in the chat box. And I know I raise my hands a lot. I move around a lot. I'm used to public speaking, so I feel like right now there's probably a crowd in front of me and I'm not just in my little, office at my house. So a lot of you want control over your financial destiny. So for me, this was a huge reality check. And I said, that's it. I'm no longer building up somebody else's business. I am no longer making other people money. I want to take control and I want to build my business. So what I did, it's cold turkey. I shut down my digital marketing business. I'm an awarded affiliate marketer from some of the biggest networks. That Diamond Award is from Quality Health. Thanks, guys. And I said, that's it. I want to start doing something else. And that's when I discovered e-commerce. And that's what brings us to a $4 million case study. So in just over a year, I've been able to do over $4 million selling little trinkets that I never see, that I never touch, that I never stock, that I don't have to own. They're all drop shipped from China and the US, so both places. And of course, I use Shopify. Now, I probably don't need to explain to you why Shopify is so great. I'm sure Ezra's already done that. But I liked it because I have zero tech experience. I am not that smart, okay? I flunked the LSAT 3 times. I got rejected from law school. I failed computer class in the 6th grade. And in the 4th grade, my school recommended that I'm put in special classes because I was a slow reader. Now, that's embarrassing for me to admit. But then again, this is what my email account looks like every day when I wake up. Shopify is paying me a lot of money. So it turns out you don't have to really be all that book smart to be successful online. It turns out that ADD really isn't all that bad of a thing. But the reason I like Shopify is because they pay me every day. The more money you get coming in, the more you can reinvest into your business. So for me, Shopify was great because I was used to waiting 2 to 4 weeks to get paid. And now every single day, money's going into my bank account. What do I do with it? I reinvest it right back into my business. So Pete says, is this live right now? Yeah, we're 100% live. I don't do recorded webinars. That's no fun. All right, so that's my Shopify emails. There it is going in my bank account. I have that because a lot of people think that it's fake, but I'm clearly not a poser. And I want to show you just a quick video from one of my students. She's actually married to a very famous internet marketer, and even he could not help her get started with their e-commerce business. They were struggling, and they offered me $20,000 just to sit down with them for a couple of days, and they said, no, I don't do that, but here's what you can do. You can go through this training that I put together, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. So are y'all cool watching this video? It's like, I don't know, 20 seconds or something like that. Just say yes if you're okay watching this video. All right, sweet. Yes, that is Anik's wife, for those of you that know Anik. Good friend of mine, and help them build their e-com business. Now listen, GoToWebinar sucks, all right? So this video is gonna lag when I play it, but you're gonna be able to hear the audio, okay? And that's all that's important. So let me go ahead and play this video for you, then we'll get started.
Hi, Jen. I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and my business. You know, when I started a couple of months ago, I thought it was virtually impossible to start my own online business. But you made the impossible possible for me. And today I'm doing anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 a day. I've done well over 100 grand in the last 90 days. I'm already working in launching multiple stores. I know that this is just the beginning, and the sky's the limit from here. So thank you once again for all your expertise and all your training.
Okay, so I'm not going to make you watch the whole video, but the important thing is that you see that other people are succeeding with what I'm teaching. It's not just me. And I think that's something that everybody needs to see. Somebody said, well, why couldn't he help his wife out? Because people are good at what they are good at, right? So he's a master of email marketing. My brother's a master of email marketing. I am really, really good. I believe I'm a master of Facebook and e-commerce now as well. So, you know, I go to other people and I learn stuff from them as well. You can always learn something from somebody else. And one of the questions that Andrea asked me was, Adrian, should I have a niche store or should I have a generic store? This is one of the biggest questions that I get, because there are a lot of gurus out there and they say, hey guys, everybody should have a niche store. So if you want to sell survival stuff, then have a survival store. And if you want to have a store that's selling cat stuff, then have a cat boutique or a dog boutique. And that works, and it's great and all, but for me starting out, I didn't want to own a bunch of Shopify stores. It sounded like a lot of work. I wanted to have that Walmart effect. And if you think about Walmart, Amazon, Alibaba, you know, you can go into Walmart, you can buy baby stuff and groceries, walk a couple of aisles over, and you can buy firearms and ammunition, and that's why they're on top, right? So I said, I want to start a generic store, and I'm going to start a niche store too. And I'm just going to see which one does better. Okay, now here's a case study from when I first started. The site on the right-hand side is the niche store. That's my niche Shopify store, and it sold survival and veteran-related stuff, okay? Now on the left side is the generic store. That is, I call it a flex store because it allows me to flex with the market. So if you look at the niche store here, it's really, really interesting because it took off and got up to about 141 grand in a month. And then it just started crashing and burning. It went to 81K, 58K, 33K, and I was clawing to make it work. And I am really good at Facebook, and I could not get it to work. I couldn't get back up. Now the flexible store, it sells survival stuff, cat stuff, brand mall stuff. I mean, it sells anything and everything. And that one is at a consistent 200K a month. And now we've got it up to like 400 and 500K a month. So I just couldn't fit all the months in the screenshot. But it's definitely consistent and it continues to grow. Now, why is that? It's because if you have a niche and then you focus on one single thing, you box yourself in. And let's just say that niche starts to fizzle. There's always a sizzle and then there's a fizzle. In a lot of people's businesses, they sizzle and fizzle. Then they find something else, sizzles and then fizzles. And you end up with a bunch of stores that once made money that no longer really make that much money. But my flexible store, it allows me to sell anything and everything, whatever is working right now. And it's helped me build up a massive brand because I have consistency and growth. And that's why I can sell my business for a couple $1 million. So let me ask you something. Based off of these two stores right here, I put money into both of them and equal time into both of them. Which would you think is probably better for you? A flexible store that allows you to sell everything with your drop shipping business, or a niche store? Just tell me in the chat box. Different strokes for different folks. All I'm saying is, here's what I did, right? And here's what worked for me. If you're selling little trinkets like this, right, and you don't have like a private label brand that you want for a specific type of thing, then a flexible store is going to allow you to always start selling whatever's working right now. So you could do both, absolutely. So getting started for me took about 30 minutes. Here's the thing though, I don't have a zillion products. I've only got a couple, right? So I can sell whatever's working right now, but I don't flood my store with 1,000 different products. That is a huge misconception that people have. You actually should start with about 3 products with my strategy, and then you can grow it from there. And more importantly, yeah, I made a lot of money. You've seen enough of that so far, but I built a 350,000 person email list. So as I earned 2.4 mil in my first 10 months, I built this huge email list of 350,000 customers. And then I had a brokerage firm go in, evaluate my brand, look at my profit and loss and my finances. And in 10 months, they said, we could list this business for $3.5 billion and we can sell it. And they actually got me on the phone with potential buyers approved for at least $1 million. And I just decided not to sell. I just, was fancying having people potentially buy my business. I just thought it was really neat. So anyways, I built my own brand, and now I have what's called an exit plan. So my very first day, I made 64 bucks. My biggest day, I made $44,000. So that's how quickly this little strategy can grow. And it's, once again, selling trinkets, not high ticket items, but little trinkets for like 10 and 11 bucks. So it's massive volume. All right, so we all know why e-commerce is great, but more importantly, you build your own brand, you build a massive email list, you have an exit strategy, which I don't think a lot of people focus on too much, but they should. You have complete and total control. So can you do this from anywhere in the world? Yes, you should know that by now. Do I have inventory? No, I do not have a warehouse. I have 0 boxes in my garage. The only reason I have these right here is, like I said earlier, they're trophies. When I sell a lot of something, I put it on my desk. And I don't pay for anything up front, okay? So I'm able to sell this stuff before I actually have to buy it. When it sells is when I pay for it. And this is a little chart for those of you that are brand spanking new. I have my Shopify store, I sell items, and I get paid immediately, okay? And then my drop shipper, be it in US or China, they ship it directly to the customer for me, and then I pay them. So I get paid first, and then I pay for the products. So on this webinar, I'm going to show you a couple of steps that help me build this business. And number one is I leverage the most powerful word in the world. You can probably guess what that is, but we'll talk about it later. And I create these ads that literally make Facebook, in my words, force feed buyers to my site. Now, it's really interesting what I'm doing with Facebook, and it's very unique. I can say that, but it's huge. And of course, email marketing. I'm earning upwards of $20,000 a week just sending emails to this email list that I've built while I paid all of this money. What I'm not going to teach you how to do is put 1,000 pieces of crap on your website, because I know that there's these apps out there and all this stuff that puts like 100 things on your site. Listen, 100 things on your website doesn't make your website valuable if nobody wants the crap that's on there, okay? And selling trademark stuff. We're not going to do anything that can get us in trouble. We're not going to have junk in our garage. So forget all this stuff. What we are going to do is we're going to talk about just finding one product, just one single product that could generate 6 figures. We're going to talk about the most powerful word in the world. We're going to talk what I call about Facebook intelligent ads and email marketing for long-term money, not short-term money. And the formula here is less products plus more focus equals more success. Now I want to stop here and I want to ask y'all a quick question. How many of you in here have tried to sell 10 plus different things lately, 5 to 10 different things, and you tried and you failed every single time, or it just hasn't taken off, or you got 1 or 2 little sales that trickled in? Just say me or yes in the chat box. Okay, cool. So if you're just now joining us, for those of you that joined late, I'm going to be giving away $500 at the end of the webinar. And the more you engage, the more likely you are to win. But we're getting boatloads of engagement here. Okay, so For those of you saying me, I already know that. I know that a lot of people out there that are trying, they're struggling, they're not focused. They're trying to sell a zillion different things, and you just can't do that. One thing I learned as an ADD person is that I'm really good when I focus on one thing. So my method is find one product, focus on making that product a six-figure earner, and then go to the next product, and the next product, and the next product, okay? So very, very key. Now, I'm going to skip this video right here because I've got a couple of videos in here from students that sent in testimonials, but I'll just tell you real quickly. Grain tried for 4 years to earn money. He sold everything, and he failed every time. He started using this less products plus more focused strategy, and instantly, within a couple weeks, he saw success. But let's just jump right into step one. Now, step one is finding a product to start selling. Okay, so we're going to start finding these generic products, but I want you to write this down. It's called a passion product. Never call any of your products products. Call them passion products. It's key to marketing. And I want to tell you a little bit about what a passion product is, how you can find them, and why they make me so much money for long periods of time. So there's 3 simple rules to finding a passion product. Rule number 1, well, first off, how many of you in here have an idea of something that you think is a good product that you would like to sell? Just type in a 5 in the chat box. You have a good idea of a product that you would like to start selling, that you want to focus on, and you know is going to be a big hit. Okay, everybody's saying 5. We got Ben, Marie, Frank, Zach, Barney, Tim, Chris, yep, Colin, Josh, Kristen. Okay, we got tons of people saying, yeah, I have an idea, Adrian. Well, I've got bad news for you. Nobody cares what it is. Forget about it. It's irrelevant. If you like golf and you want to start marketing golf products, tough luck. Go play golf in your spare time. Focus on where the money is. Now, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being real with you. So the fact of the matter is it doesn't matter what we think and what we like. You think that some of the stuff like this little phone case right here, I like? I think this is ugly as anything. But people buy it. That's all that matters. So forget what you think and forget what you like. I know this is the opposite of what most people say. Rule number 2, your passion's not your profit, okay? Now, if it can be, that's fantastic. But for 99.9% of us, our passion is not our profit. Let me tell you what's easier than putting a square peg in a round hole. It's turning other people's passion into your profit. Like, quit trying to sell people what you like. Just give them what they already want, what they already need, and they're more likely to take it. You're going to see your conversion skyrocket once you get this mindset and this mentality. All right, does everybody in here see what I'm saying? Just say yes in the chat box. Itty, E-I-T-A-Y, says, keeping it real, love it. Okay, so once you understand this shift in mindset, life is going to change for you in marketing. Let me show you an idea of what a passion product could be and how weird sometimes it can get. So you identify a strong passion, okay, something people are really passionate about. And of course, this could be dogs, it could be cats, it could be wine. People love their red wine. And these are things that every day have customer regeneration. Every day people turn 21 and they can drink. Every day people get new pets, they have children. So every day there's tons and tons of new customers coming on to Facebook. Number 2, find a product that aligns with a passion. And number 3, identify your audience. So here's a great example. This is a fountain pen, okay? It's one of those expensive looking $100, $200 fountain pens. How many of you in here could care less about fountain pens? You don't use pens like this. You don't collect them. You would never pay $200 for a pen like this. Just say me again in the chat box. You care less about fountain pens. Okay, tons of me's. Well, guess what? Nobody cares if you don't like fountain pens, because all that matters is that there's 4.7 million people on Facebook that come under the interest fountain pen, Parker Pen Company, and Waterman pens. Now, I can get that fountain pen from AliExpress for $1.50. I can target it to those 4.7 million people, mark it up to $10 or $12, and I have a passion product being marketed to 4.7 billion people that love fountain pens. But see, that's what most people don't get, is thinking of the things that they don't like. Now, let me ask y'all a question real quick. How many of you in here all of a sudden like fountain pens. Does anybody in here have a newfound love for fountain pens by chance? I'm seeing lots of yeses because you see money, right? You see the potential to generate sales with a little passion product. So it's as simple as that. I go to AliExpress and I find these little pendants and fishing lures and cat socks. I've sold so many cat socks, it's unreal. People always make fun of me for it, but hey, they make money. So I find these little products, or pennies on the dollar, and then I list them on my Shopify store, and I've been able to grow a multi-million-dollar business out of the products that I never see, that I never touch, that I get for pennies on the dollar. It's amazing stuff right here. Okay, now step number 2 is leverage the most powerful word in the world. Now listen, if you're trying to start out right now, this is the best way to start out, especially if you're on a super low budget, okay? This is the best way, because sometimes when you have like private label and you've got your own brand or your own specific product and everything, and it's expensive, it takes you a little bit of time to find your audience and figure out who's going to buy it, get your targeting together, and you end up having to spend a lot of money before you ever get things rolling. And that's just the way that it is. But with step number 2, I'm going to show you the simplest way to start generating sales literally within 30 minutes of submitting your ad live. Now, I'm not saying in 30 minutes you're guaranteed to generate sales. That's just how quickly I've seen it happen for me. Those are my results. I'm going to be clear on that. Step number 2 is the most powerful word in the world. Now, what is that? Dun, 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 dun. Boom, it's free. Now, this one single word, which you probably could have guessed by now, is so powerful, it creates a buying frenzy. So if you ever look at those Walmart videos from Black Friday, and you see people like fighting and stuff, a good deal makes people act crazy. I mean, I saw this one video of these 2 or 3 women that could be like probably the same age as my grandma, and they were fighting each other and wrestling over like a $10 toaster. Good deals make people act crazy, right? So this word right here, when you pair it with a passion product, a product that people are very passionate about, and it's free, you get something that I call the sizzle effect. So I want you to write that down in your notes right now. Write down sizzle effect equal profits, okay? Write that down in your notes. Sizzle effect equals profits. And this only happens when you have a passion product and you're leveraging the word free, or you have a super, super good deal. And when you have the sizzle effect on your app, you get like a magnet for money. Now, a lot of people, when they see this image, they say, Adrian, come on, you can't really put a magnet for money in your ads. That sounds like a scam. It doesn't sound real. That's not realistic. Yeah, it really is. Nothing that I say is opinion or theory, because what I think does not matter. The facts are what matter. And the fact is, if you have the sizzle effect on your ad, it's legitimately like attaching a magnet for sales. I'm going to show you. The great thing about Facebook is that when people see your ad, they can comment, they could share, they could like. And the way I see the comments is like a magnet for money. Check this out. When you get a really good deal and you see a really good deal, what's one of the first things that you do with that good deal after you get it for yourself? Tell me in the chat box right now. What do you do when you see a really good deal? All right, exactly, Sharon. You tell your friends, you share it with your friends. Well, look what's happening right here. So we've got Brianna saying, hey, Chanel, I feel like you'd like this. You've got Lauren saying, Haley, you need this. Steph says, hey, Ed, check this out. It is free. All of these people in here are acting like magnets for money. I'm getting free traffic. I'm getting quality traffic. Listen, this isn't just free traffic. It is the highest quality, highest converting traffic that you could get, because it is word of mouth. Think about it. Are you more likely to buy something from an ad, or if it's something that maybe your friend or family member literally recommended to you? So these people are acting like magnets for money. They're tagging their friends. They're driving traffic directly to my ad, directly to my Shopify store, and I'm earning boatloads of cash because of the sizzle effect. People like to share really good deals. How many of you in here would like to have thousands of people acting like magnets for money underneath your Facebook ads? I just want you to type in magnet in the chat box. I'm going to make y'all type in a lot of stuff, so get ready, okay? All right, so magnets for money. Now, the formula that I use with the word free is called the free plus shipping formula. It's nothing new. A lot of people use the free plus shipping formula. It's been around for quite some time. And I do it a little bit different than most people though. So what I'm doing is I'm building my profit into the shipping and handling, okay? So I get a product like a little bracelet and it's 80 cents and I mark up the shipping to $10. I say, just pay shipping. Get this free, just pay shipping and handling. And shipping's 10 bucks. So I've got like $9 profit built into this bracelet. And of course, once the vendor ships it out, it may be like another $1.50 or something. So I got a good profit margin on it though. So I'm leveraging the word free because we all would agree that it's way easier to convert a customer on the word free than it is on a retail item. And what I'm doing is I'm getting people to pay shipping and handling for each item. So if they were to buy a phone case and they bought it in pink, in blue, in green, in yellow, whatever, they would pay shipping on each item. So they end up spending like 50, 60 bucks for free stuff and shipping and handling. But the key to this though is finding product with a high value perception, right? High perceived value. And they've got to be less than $5, your hard cost out the door, shipped to the customer, less than $5. And when you find this, when you can do this, you create what's called a buying frenzy. And buying frenzies create massive volume that builds you a huge email list. So my email list now is over 450,000 people. And it's all because of this strategy right here. So when I blast out an email, I blast it out to almost 500,000 people and start generating immediate sales for other products. And of course, I sell retail stuff and high-end stuff to my email list. So also, you get what's called repeat customers. Because when people see a really good deal, they're always going to come back and see if they can get another good deal from you. So my secret sauce for generating high-ticket sales with free items is this. I'm charging between $9.95 to $11.97 per item for shipping and handling. As a matter of fact, lately it's actually been $10.97 to $11.97, which is kind of hot, right? I mean, it's pushing the limit, right? And you know, a lot of people are scared to test those prices. A lot of gurus say that you shouldn't do that. It was way too expensive. Nobody will ever pay that much money for shipping for a free product and that it doesn't work. All right, how many of you in here would never pay of $10.97 for shipping and handling for a free product like this, like a little phone case or bracelet or whatever it may be? So I see a lot of people in here saying, oh, I would not, honestly, no, Adrian. Just be honest with me, it's totally fine. So we see a lot of people in here saying, no, no, no. Okay, well, guess what? Nobody cares if you wouldn't. It literally doesn't matter. I wouldn't either, but I'll make a bet with you. I'll bet you $1.5 million that the masses will. You want to know why? Because I did $1.5 million in shipping and handling at $10.97, $11.97, and $9.95. If you look at the screenshot of my store, I did $2 million in revenue, and $1.5 million is shipping and handling revenue. So it doesn't matter what we think, right? And that's one of the things I teach my students is you have consumers and you have marketers. By nature, we are consumers. By nature, we always say I, me, right? But marketers always are looking at everybody else, saying you, them, right? So as a marketer, you have to start thinking about what other people will do, not what you would do. The idea is to make money, not to lose money. And scared money doesn't make money. I'm sure you've heard that before. So I'm getting people to buy multiple items, very high ticket orders, and I'm getting tons of likes, tons of shares, tons of comments, tons of brand awareness from word of mouth. And very, very, very viral traffic. So let's look at some of my ads. This is an ad that has 6.7 million people see it. And if you know anything about Facebook, you know that the light shade of orange, or maybe it's yellow, I don't know, is free traffic. The dark shade is paid traffic. So I do paid ads. I start my ads with a $5 a day budget because you don't need to spend a lot of money to sell free trinkets, okay? And what happens is those magnets for money make my ads go viral. 182,000 shares, 200,000 shares, 182,000 likes, 7,000 comments, and over 50% of my traffic is completely free, organic, viral traffic, which is really, really awesome. Here's another ad. 2.7 million views. About 40% of that one is the free viral traffic. 236,000 shares, 290,000 shares, 236,000 likes, 15,000 comments. How many of you think those are pretty impressive stats, though, for the sizzle effect? Because that's what this is. These ads have the sizzle effect on them, and that's why they're going so viral. And these are a dime a dozen for me because of this strategy. High volume, great profits, tons of awareness for my brand too. So here's a little example of a store. Somebody comes to your store on Shopify, they see that it's free, they click get it for free. When they go up to checkout, they see that the shipping and handling is $9.95 or $10.97, and that's all they pay. Now, to be clear, I am very upfront on my ads. I say it's free, just pay for shipping and handling. On the sales page, I say just pay for shipping and handling. I'm always upfront and I'm never misleading. And once they get there, they can choose to buy it or not. And they're actually getting a phenomenal deal, and I'll prove that to you later on. So the types of orders that these types of ads bring in are sometimes $100, $200, $300 orders on little free trinkets. So here's one order for some products that I sell, and they're blurred out, but one is blue, one is yellow, and one is pink. It's the same item, right? One of the keys to my success is getting people to buy what's called multiple variants, colors, or styles. So this person came in and they bought 3 different colors of this product, and they spent $31.89, okay? Now these products cost me about $2 from AliExpress, and of course, I never see them, I never touch them, I never ship them, I don't pay for them until after I've actually made money selling them. So that's really cool, right? But let me show you the true power of this thing that I call the sizzle effect, okay? A lot of people hear this as, okay, Adrian, yeah, I mean, sure, you sell 2 or 3 items, but the sizzle effect, you're making a really big deal out of this sizzle effect thing. Well, when you have a passion product, and you have a really good deal, and you have the sizzle effect, people, they do things that they typically wouldn't. People are greedy. They like to take advantage of a really good deal. How many of you in here have ever gotten more than you needed of something just because it was a good deal? Say yes in the chat box, okay? I know I do it all the time. I mean, I'm definitely guilty of doing it. All right, tons of yeses in here. Well, I want to introduce you to my customer, Samantha. She's from Australia. She was so passionate about this product, and it was such a good deal for her that she bought 106 of them. And look, they're all free, but she paid $1,054.70 in shipping and handling. So, I mean, this is what happens, though, when you've got a free product that people are passionate about that has the sizzle effect, okay? Now, I'll tell you what these are. I'll tell you what these products are. They're pillows. They're pillows with custom printed artwork on them. So I'm getting this insane custom printed art and or this insane artwork, and I'm having it printed on demand on these pillows. I never see them, never touch them. It's all drop shipped and automated. So really cool stuff. How many of you think that's pretty amazing? You know, $1,000 in free products. It really made me start loving Australia. They convert very, very well. So this is absolutely nuts. I get orders like this in all the time. High volume, high dollar orders using this strategy right here. So now what I want to do is I just want to show you a demo of a duplicate of a flexible store. So let's just jump in to my browser. And this is a Shopify store right here. And you'll see there's nothing special about this other than it's not really niche related. Somebody in here said it's really pronounced niche. But look, I'm from Mississippi. We don't pronounce anything right down here. Just cut me some slack. Gear Grabber is super generic, okay? I can sell grandparent stuff, cat stuff, wine stuff, firefighter stuff. It's not catloversboutique.com, right? I have the flexibility to sell whatever is working right now. That's key, okay? Now, when you scroll through my store, it's just using a pretty basic Shopify theme. It's called the supply theme. That's what we use. And everything on here is at a retail price. You cannot find a single free product, okay? So people always say, Adrian, if you're making all this money selling free products, then how is it that everything on your site is at a retail price? Well, it's psychology. Now, I got a D in psychology in college, but when I figured out it could help me make money, I think I got really good at it. But the psychology is if somebody comes to your site and everything is free, which is what a lot of people do, and it's so stupid to do this. If everything is free, they're going to say, okay, that doesn't make sense. That's not real. That's a scam. It's how can they make money off of everything being free? I don't trust that. And then nobody buys. But When somebody comes here and sees that everything's at a retail price, but they clicked on my Facebook ad and it brought them to a secret free offer, it makes me look more legit. See, in the back end of Shopify here, I was doing a custom printed product there, but in the back end of Shopify, every product is on here twice, okay? So every single product that I have is on here 2 times. Once is a retail version, and the second one is a free version. So if you want to see the free version of one of my products, you have to click on a Facebook ad. So somebody clicks on a Facebook ad to get this free cat necklace, okay? And they say, oh, okay, well, they've got other cat products. Let me go check those out. And they click on cat products. And they see the same necklace there for 17 bucks. They're going to say, hold up, I'm going to go back because this is a really good deal right here. I instantly create urgency. I create credibility and trust. And I also increase my conversion rate with one simple strategy, right? And you'll see I say, just pay for shipping and handling, right? So I'm always upfront about it. But this is how you make the model work. It's got to be set up like this or it's not going to convert, right? So you're learning something right there. How many of you feel like you just learned something simple, but it makes sense and it's powerful at the same time? Just say, yes, I see, that's cool. This is amazing. Great content, tons of value. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, dude, I love you. I love you too. So it's a real simple strategy, but you've got to have the blueprint. Now, the next question is how do I know what products are selling? Because anybody can build a Shopify store. Anybody can put a bunch of junk on their store and a bunch of trinkets on their store, but if you don't have a passion product, if you don't have something with that sizzle effect, well, then you're screwed, shoed, and tattooed. That's what my dad always said. So I'm going to tell you how I find products that are actually making sales. And I'm going to be honest with you before I show this to you. I'm not all that smart. I'm really good at Facebook marketing, but I'm not like a magician when it comes to choosing products that just convert. I have no clue what works, okay? What I do is I learn from other people's success. It's so much easier to learn from success than from failure. Failure hurts. So I want somebody else to get the bump, somebody else to get the bruises, somebody else to spend their money failing their way to success, and then I just want to duplicate what's already working. So what I did is I had my developer create a software, and it's called my X Factor software. Now, this isn't for sale. I'm not going to try to sell it to you on this webinar. I give it to my Ecom Success Academy students for free. There's no way to buy this tool, and it's simple but powerful, and it really does help me a lot. So somehow it takes advantage of Facebook search graph, and I can come in here and say, I want to start marketing cat stuff, and it'll find me anything and everything that's working right now for cats. But first, before we use the software, let's jump over to AliExpress, because this is where I get most of the trinkets from, okay? So let's say I want to start selling cat stuff, because it's a huge niche. We type in cat. Now we're going to get 272,000 different results. So how the heck are we going to know out of 272,000 different things which cat item is going to sell? Well, we're not. We have no freaking clue. We just have to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo and see what works. But that sucks, and it takes time, and it costs money, okay? Well, let's narrow it down. Let's say we want to sell cat necklaces. We get 16,000 different results. So how do you know what cat necklace is going to work? How many of you think this is probably the part where you're going to struggle the most, is just trying to find a product that converts? Just say, yes, Adrian, in the chat box. I see lots of yes, Adrian, yes, Adrian. Okay, well, let me show you what I do. I go into my software and I type in cats, okay, just cat. I say, find me any ad this month that is live and has the sizzle effect, and I hit search post. Now it's gonna open up Facebook and do some magic stuff, and all of a sudden I'm looking at ads selling nothing but cat stuff. So this one has 26,000 views, 250 shares, 60 comments, 863 likes, okay? So I think we found a decent product. Scroll down a little bit more, 94 shares, 700 likes, okay? Scroll down here, 800 shares, 130 comments, 5,000 likes. How many of you would agree that this bracelet right here has the sizzle effect on it? It's starting to sizzle, and it's going viral right now. Just say yes in the chat box again. I'm making y'all say yes a lot, okay? Cool. Now let me show you something else. I'm gonna come back over here and let's say cat necklace. Okay, search post. Now it's just gonna find me only cat necklaces that are on Facebook right now. So if I scroll down, what I start doing is looking for the ads with the likes, the shares, the comments, the sizzle effect. And that tells me what's working right now. Like How about this one? So this ad right here has had 70,000 views, 495 shares, 156 comments, 3,100 likes. It's going viral. It has the sizzle effect. So all of a sudden, I don't know anything about cats. I'm a dog person, but I love all animals. But I know exactly